I heard once of a woman who tragically died relatively young, and she left behind a husband and her young child. And the night after the funeral, the child couldn't sleep, and his father sat with him and held him, and eventually was able to rock his son to sleep. And he gently laid his son in his bed, and exhausted, he collapsed into an armchair, and he prayed simply to God. And he prayed, "Father, now would you rock me?" And he would testify later that God did. God comforted him as he had just comforted his young son. But you might wonder, is such language appropriate when speaking of the God of the whole universe? The God who, as we sang in our first hymn, created the world, the mightiest king there is. Is it appropriate to describe him as like a mother rocking us to sleep? Well, the answer is yes. And the reason the answer is yes is because we've actually just read it. I don't know if you noticed it, but we read it in Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 13. And in verse 13, God himself speaks, and he says, "As one whom his mother comforts,